are quick. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. But I am going to read a more of a textbook definition before I talk about this off the cuff. Kind of handle the managerial function charged with creating a framework to which communities reduce vulnerability to hazards and cope with disasters. Help coordinate and integrate all activities necessary to build, sustain, and improve the capability to mitigate against, prepare for, respond to, and recover from threatened or actual natural disasters, terrorism, or other man-made disasters. That's kind of a textbook definition. I know you guys, or as a council, signed a PDM, which is a pre-disaster mitigation manual, prepared for by Warhawk, which is the 5 county surrounding area, which highlights things in the community that are potential issues. In the flooding up on First Avenue East is one of them. Storm sewer stuff. Things like that we can plan for, you try to plan for. If a tornado hits, where are we going to put people? How are we going to feed them? Where are we going to house them? Things of that nature. In the military, we always said, though, the best laid battle plans kind of fail after the first shots are exchanged. And so then it becomes responding to whatever the situation is. While a lot of these plans are already in place, some of them come from the state, many of them right here in our county, in our area. One of the things I've been kind of focusing on in my first 3 months is response. Been working with fire departments throughout, not only in our county, but also the other ones who may be coming to do mutual aid with us on a big structure fire, or God forbid a tornado, or whatever the case might be. We're going to have a lot of, units rolling in from all over, and I think it's kind of important to have an open line of communications with those guys too, not just our guys in our county or folks in our county, but in the surrounding areas. And then the last part of that is the fixing the things once they're gone or broke. We just finished up with a flooding grant, FEMA grant, after the emergency declaration was given last year. The county suffered a lot of damaged roads that were inundated. Kind of finished up most of that. There's still a few that are still underwater that once they come out of water, we can address. So part of my job is also working with the Office of Emergency Management, FEMA, trying to put together the stuff that we need to get, some of that money that when it's available. And then there's post-disaster mitigation. Okay, we had a problem. Is there something we can do to fix it so it doesn't happen again? Obviously, tornadoes, windstorms, things of that nature. Not really likely we can do a whole lot about changing the path of a storm. But in a nutshell, again, I've told you I want to keep it short, but in a nutshell, that's a lot of what the job is. Anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, Tony.
When you go to if there's a disaster to like a deadly area, the still the share house?
The Mobridge one is Sheerhow, yes. Yep, that's not only is it a storm shelter, but it's also a point to bring people if, again, tornado hits and we've got 100 people displaced from their homes, where are we going to put them? And that would be where we'd look to start putting them. Yep, those plans, again, kind of already in place.
I know years ago we had some of this, and I don't know if you remember, Gene or Tony. We had bought a bunch of cots for the basement of the place. Are they still there?
Yep.
Still in place?
Yep. So they're in a room called a pod, point of distribution. There's paper plates, blankets, pillows, cots. A lot of other things are kind of stored in there, and that's exactly why they're there.
'Cause I think before we did it, Gene, I think there was like 2 in there.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
How's the generator,
Which one?
the one that got over there?
as far as I know, it's working fine, unless something's happened that I'm not aware of.
Are they servicing that? Oh, okay,
It's part of our contract with Cummins.
okay.
We service it every year, twice a year.
I was checking.
Yep.
That was our biggest problem one time, we had it.
We actually got that generator from when Don Opie was here as emergency manager. He got it for us.
Yeah.
And there's just like, if there'd be overflow, I'm sure there'd probably be other, facilities too, I imagine.
Well, there's backups that are gonna be less effective and probably less useful, but yeah. If you fill up sheer how, honestly, with what's in there, I don't think we have enough cots to fill it up as it is, but you end up with people on the floors and whatever else needs, and, I mean, at least have a place that's lit, heated, or air conditioned, depending on the time of year.
That's true too.
One of the biggest struggles, and again, bear in mind, guys, you know, folks, I've only been in this, 3 months. But one of the biggest struggles I see in a situation like that is feeding them. It isn't often housing them, it's how do you get food, water, all that kind of stuff. You
You
know,
know, we updated the kitchen in there years ago too with some stuff, so.
Potable water's pretty, as far as getting that, is that, I mean, as
Well-
far as bottled water and such like that, or?
And I'm sure as you've
Sorry.
seen, there's nothing in there, like, you know, water and stuff, much like you've seen on other events on the news. When there's a tornado, I mean, the mobilization happens pretty quick, and it's not just governmental agencies, it's volunteer organizations like the Red Cross and all of those folks too. And again, that kind of falls under that broad tent of emergency management, is knowing who to reach out to and say, you know, can you get us this, can you get us that? And kind of suffice that need as it arises. Again, you hope that you can prepare for it before you need it, but factually, it's just almost,
Yeah, you never know.
yeah. Situations change in a heartbeat.
Yes, they do. I'm good.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
You betcha. Have a good one.
Okay, up next, department head reports. We'll start with Kurt.
Good evening.
Good
Only
evening.
got one thing for you guys tonight. I'd look to approve the hiring of Brady Fuhr for water wastewater maintenance at $14.75 per hour, effective January 25th, 2021.
Okay, if there's no questions or comments, I'll look for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound,
Yes.
Reichert.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Fire department, Chief Doug.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doug.
Tonight we got another 13,205 to upgrade bunker gear for 5 more firefighters.
Okay, so we just bought some last year, end of last year, and now we're gonna buy some more.
Yep.
How many more do you think we're gonna need?
Probably 6 or 7, depending, what happens in the next few months.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll look for a motion to approve, $13,207 for bunker gear.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Okay, the other ones approved the roster.
Yep, there's 25 members.
You got 25 members, is that? 25. As presented? Yes. Okay, if there's no questions, I'll look for a motion to approve the roster.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mound,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Okay, zoning, Jackie, you're up.
Good evening. In December, with having us with nice weather and that stuff, we still had 4 permits coming in. So it's nice to see people who are still doing that for $167,000. So that's for just December. The end of the year, 2020, we did actually pretty good. We had a total of 106 permits. Total dollar value is $2,031,000. $31,477, so that's pretty good. 2 new homes were built in Mobridge. 1 trailer house was moved. And then we had, commercial permits given out in the sum of like $696,000, so it's kinda nice to see that people are still doing quite a bit to improve our town. The planning and zoning, held 5 meetings this past year. They reviewed various applications and 1 appeal on a denied permit and 2 conditional uses in this past year. And that's kinda it. Are there any questions?
Questions or comments? All right. Thanks, Jackie. Okay, there's no unfinished business, so that'll take us right into new business. First up, we have a public hearing and approval of a temporary malt beverage license. It's in your packet, Callan Reinert.
This is actually a brown bag, just to
Brown bag,
clarify.
okay. So we got a brown bag permit. Callan Reinert, Sheerhow, May 23rd. Looks like from 2 o'clock until midnight. Beer, wine, and liquor, about 150 adults. Is there anyone to speak for or against? Just hearing none, I'll look for a motion to approve the brown bag permit.
So moved.
Have a motion, need a second?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy,
Yep.
Jensen,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound. Yes.
Okay, up next, we have public hearing and approval of a malt beverage license. Looks like Pizza Ranch is applying for retail on and off-sale malt beverage and South Dakota farm wine. If, is there anyone here to speak for or against that? If not, I'll look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy,
Yep.
Jensen,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound. Yes.
Okay, up next, designate official depositories for 2021. Looks like that is Dakota Bank, Great Western Bank, Wells Fargo Bank, and South Dakota Public Funds Investment Trust. So I'll look for a motion to designate the official depositories for 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Jensen,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Okay, up next, designate the Mobridge Tribune as the official newspaper of 2021. I'd look for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
Okay, next, authorize electronic or early payments for 2021. There's a long list in your packet. The reasons are obviously electronic and early payments, because she needs to make payments before the council meetings and before we approve bills. So if there's no questions on that, I'll look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mound. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen,
Yes.
Reichert.
Yes.
Okay, up next, we have set election date and approve joint election with the school. And it looks like the election date that we will be asking for is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. So I'd look for a motion to approve that date
So
and
moved.
joint with the school.
Second.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Mound. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
Reichert.
Yes.
Okay, with that being said, we'll need to change the April meeting date to Wednesday, April 13th. So I'd look for a motion to set April 13th, 2021 as our as our council meeting date.
I have that incorrect. It should be April 14th.
Okay, correction, we'll set April 14th, Wednesday, as the official, the council meeting day. So I'll look for a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mound,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Okay, up next, we have approved the contract with code enforcement specialist. There's a couple of pages in our packet. Kind of the scope of his work. If anyone's had a chance to read it, essentially, we are hiring Mr. Joel Johnson to do our code enforcement work. Any questions or comments? Looks like a retainer of $1,575 an hour, 60 cents a meal, or 60 cents a mile plus meals. So if there's no questions, I'll look for a motion to approve the contract with code enforcement specialists.
So moved.
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound.
Yes.
Up next in your packet, Resolution 21-01. Sorry, I gotta find that. That is our salary resolutions. If everyone's had a chance to go over that, if there's no questions or comments, I'll look for a motion to approve our resolution for salaries.
I'll make a motion. To approve.
Second.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound.
Yes.
Okay, up next, Resolution 21-02, resolution establishing contract for legal services. This will be with Bant, Gosh, and Kramer from January 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2021 at a rate of $240 per hour. If there's no questions or comments, I'll look for a motion to approve Resolution 21-02.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Jensen,
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound.
Yes.
Reichert.
Yes.
Okay, up next, approve closeout reports for airport runway construction project. There's about 4 pages in your packet. If there's any questions or comments. If not, I'll look for a motion to, go ahead and close out the airport runway construction project.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Mound.
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Okay, up next in the packet is approved cemetery deed transfers. Looks like we have 1 deed to transfer. So if there's no questions or comments, I'll look for a motion to transfer.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mound.
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Okay. Up next, we have approve a 25 cents step increase for Matt Reichert in the street and parks effective November 23rd, 2020. I'll look for a motion.
I'll make the motion. To approve.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
Reichert,
Abstain.
Mound.
Yes.
We'll have to bring it up at the next meeting. It's gonna
Okay.
fail due to lack of majority.
Well, would he have to abstain? It's a step increase. There's not, it's just the way he was hired. Would he have to abstain?
It's his brother, I don't know, personal choice,
I mean, it's in the rule book.
yeah.
Well, we'll bring it up at the next council meeting.
Would that stop him from getting his step increase in next pay period?
No, I'll
Okay.
forget it.
Okay, up next, we have approve a 38 cents step increase for Sandy Frank, dispatcher, effective November 23rd, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound.
Yes.
And approve a 38 cents per hour step increase for Cindy Rishi, dispatcher, effective January 4th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Jensen,
Yes.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mound.
Yes.
Yellow Boy.
Okay, I have nothing under discussion and information items. That'll take us to payment of the bills. The bill list is in your packet. Looks like the total $262,786.89. If there's no questions, I'll look for a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Reichert,
Yes.
Mounds. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
And that brings us to adjournment, so if there's no other business, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mounds. Yes. Yellow Boy.
Yep.
Jensen.
Yes.
Reichert.
Yes.
Okay, meeting adjourned.